Yeah,
And
what's
there you
going
go.
on?
And there you go. Willie Jack, what's the word, man? How you doing, man?
What's going on, man? Chilling, man. Chilling, chilling, chilling. Hey,
Chilling.
shout out to Real Deal STL Sports in the building. Let's
Yeah,
go.
he started off, man. He got in here immediately and was tagging people. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you
Time I
already,
opened it up,
hey,
he
you
was
already know we
tagging
appreciate you, big dog. We
already, man.
appreciate you.
I couldn't even you know what I'm saying, say what's up fast enough. He was just gone in there. He was in that thing.
For sure. For sure, man. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'll be trying to catch these daggone red tails, man. Like when I see the games, man, I always kind of drop in and try to take a peek. And you know what I'm saying, watch a little bit. But man, I ain't caught y'all yet.
Yeah, you probably ain't gonna catch it this week either. You ain't waking up. I know you ain't waking up at no 9 o'clock in the morning. Cause we
Oh
play at
yeah,
9.
nah, not on purpose. Not if I ain't got to.
Yeah, we at 9 in the morning, man. We got 9 in the morning. Oh, you got something special for us? Okay, lay it on us, man. You can holler at us off the air, man. Let us know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You can let us
Hey,
know
my
what's going
dog.
on. Yeah, man. But Willie Jack, let me go
So,
ahead and get this shared right quick, and then we can go ahead and get this thing going, man. It ain't
so,
gonna take
so
long
let me
at
do
all.
the same thing.
Sure, right now. And that, my friend, is it right there. There you go. All right, man. Well, let's go ahead and get this thing started, man. He said shopping hurt. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We hurt, man. We got a lot of injuries, man. Don't let Willie know everything I've been going through, man. That dude, he gonna try to come get me. He
I'm
gonna
glad you
find
a
a
little
reason to
banged
come
up over it,
get
boy.
me.
You got a little banged up, man.
Look, just a little bit, dog. Not too much. Just a little bit.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. But anyway, man, welcome to another episode of Let the Film Speak. I am one of your hosts, Chop, here with my main man, Willie Jack, and y'all know what time it is, man. As we do each and every week, we got something special for you. Today, another special episode, man. We got some more rankings coming in. I think last week we did top guys under 25, but this time we're going to be a little bit more specific when we talking about positions, man. We got the QBs on deck today. So me and Willie, we got top 10 QBs. We're going to jump into that. We're going to go through it, let you know kind of where we stand as far as what we feel about the top 10 QBs going into the 2022 season. But before we do that, we definitely got to, jump into some of the news, man. Not a lot of news, not a heavy news week, man, but we got a couple things. First things first, man. Let's go ahead and jump on the Las Vegas Raiders, man. Las Vegas Raiders signed Hunter Renfrow on an extension. The extension is a 2-year extension worth up to $32 million, $21 million guaranteed. Willie Jack, what's your thoughts? I know this your boy, man. Tell me what you think
Yeah,
on him.
man. Hey, yeah, man. Hey, I like Hunter Renfrow, man. Like I said, I mean, you know what I'm saying, especially definitely appreciate his route running, man. And I know if it feels like everybody I talk to, the more people actually like look at him, man, you can't help but be a fan of that guy, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, nasty in the route, man. And I like the money as well. I think I was talking in the group to a couple of guys about the money. Matter of fact, my dog Nick Hopkins, man, if he in here, if he stopped by tonight, but man, he was talking about the money. He was thinking maybe a little more, given kind of how the I guess the receiver money we've seen hit the market here lately. But I was like, nah, man, I think 16, 2 for 32, says 16 mil a piece. Man, I think that's great money, for a guy, a guy that what Hunter is and how he affects the game and what he brings to the table. So yeah, good money for him, man. Good money for good deal for the Raiders. So I think it's a deal where both sides won on that one.
Yeah, and he's a guy, man. I think he'll be very valuable to this team, or he's going to be very valuable to this team, especially with the some of the pieces that they've added and what they're trying to do, and especially for in that division. It's going to be a tough division, and you're going to need all the pieces you can get. And you got an
Sure.
outside guy, you got a top tight end guy, and hey, you got to have a guy who can work the middle of the field and create a lot of separation. He can get you those 3rd and 5s, those 3rd and 6s, those short, those 3rd and shorts. And he's a guy that can go out and do that, man. So I definitely like that signing as well. And also, as far as the deal, they got him on a pretty good price tag, man. Especially when you look at a lot of the money that a lot of these other receivers have been getting off some of the recent signings we've seen. I know one name we throw out a lot is the guy that just went to Jaguars, Christian Kirk, man. He got 22 a year. You know what I'm saying? Then you look at some of the top guys getting, anywhere between 25 and closer to 30 a year. You know what I mean? So these guys are getting paid, man. And you get Hunter Renfrow, you get him for what? around
Six,
like
it's
15,
super. Yeah,
about
well, it's
15,
16 apiece,
16.
so it's 2 for 32, so 16
Yeah, it's
apiece on
about
the extension.
so you get him for 16. I think that's definitely a good deal for the type of receiver that you get in him, man. And he seems to be very appreciative of the deal that he got, man. So that's a good sign all the way around for the Raiders, man. In other news, man, let's go over to the Steel City, man. Let's go over not the Steel. Let's go to the Steelers, essentially. Let's go to the Steelers, man.
Oh, you had it
And
right, Steel City. You already know what's going on.
I don't know about anymore, man. I ain't gonna
Hey, man, hey, look, boy, the disrespect be so real,
my
boy.
bad, my bad. I just had to, bro.
No,
Why would I
it's
start
all
this
good. It's all
podcast
right. Yeah, y'all
like
go
this,
ahead.
man?
Y'all go ahead. We be right back.
But anyway, man, let's go over to Pittsburgh, man. They lock up one of their top guys on defense on the back end, man. Minkah Fitzpatrick reaches an agreement on a 4-year extension. The deal is worth over $18.4 million a year, which will make him the highest paid safety in NFL history. And the deal will include $36 million guaranteed. Now, it's not signed on a dotted line. That's why they say over $18.4 million a year. But we'll get those exact details out to everybody. But looks like it's in the works. It's just about signing and get it sealed and ready to go. Willie Jack, how you feel about it, man?
Nah, man, hey, nah, that thing is signed, sealed, and delivered, my boy. You know what I'm saying? The Steelers posted on the Steelers Instagram. They got photos of him in the office signing and getting it done. So I think the full numbers came out to like 4 for 73 point something, and then that averages out to 18.4 a year. I think 36 guaranteed at signing. And so yeah, man, Black in the building, man. Gilliard, what's going on, man? You right in time for some excellent Steelers news, man. Let me tell you what's going on with Black and Gold, man. You know, so the best safety in that division, Minkah Fitzpatrick, man, just got paid today for show. But yeah, no, I love the deal, man. Defense, one of our a young guy, and it's crazy because after like looking at this article, man, you see how he's 24. You know what I'm saying? Like he's no, forgive me. No, he's 26. I'm sorry. He's 26. I think he may have just turned 26, but still a super young guy. He's got tons of good ball ahead of him. And so now we've kind of locked in, I guess, like the defensive future of our team. We still got TJ up front, the front seven holding it down. He's locked up and you know what I'm saying, he's going to be with the team for the foreseeable future for sure. And then now on the back end, we get Minkah. So those two are going to play together in Pittsburgh for a long time to come, man, and be the leaders of that defense. So I love the move, man, for sure.
Yeah. And I don't know
Hey,
if you remember, it
appreciate
was a
that.
couple
Black
years
said
ago.
Minkah deserved that. Hey, I appreciate that, Black, for sure.
Yeah, and he said he ain't Black. Even said he's the best safety, man. He's the best
You know,
safety.
I mean, and that's legit. I like Marcus Williams a lot. Like, I mean, he went to the Ravens now from the Saints, but like him a lot. He was the guy that remember the Stephon Diggs playoff game where the safety misjudged the ball and underplayed it. Diggs caught it on the sideline and then ran it in. That was Marcus Williams in that play his rookie year. That could have ended that boy's career. You know what I'm saying?
And
like
he's
literally
been balling ever since.
And he been balling ever since, man. And you know what's funny about that? The same style of play that Marcus Williams made on Stephon Diggs, that happened on Peyton Manning's, I think, first year. The year that, matter of fact, Black will know.
Against the
against the Ravens.
It was the Ravens threw it over
the year that the Ravens went to the Super Bowl. Exactly, that Bronco safety who it should have been a damn punt return. Like underplayed that a deep ball to Jacoby Jones on the right sideline terribly. Jacoby catches it, runs it right in like Diggs did, man. And then the Ravens go on to beat the Niners in that year's Super Bowl. But yeah, Peyton could have had that one right there too.
Yeah, crazy, man, crazy. But yeah, I like y'all signing too, man. Definitely a very, very nice safety. I don't know if you remember a couple years ago, I predicted him to be like the defensive player of the year. But I like him, man. He's very versatile safety, not afraid to come up and tackle. Also is rangy, can get sideline to sideline, man.
For sure.
Get his hands on the ball, cause a lot of turnovers, man. What was it like when they traded him in the middle of the season? He got like 5 turnovers on the back half of the season or something like that. I forget the numbers of it. But when Miami got rid of him, it seemed like Pittsburgh knew exactly what to do with him when they had him on the team, man. He instantly started making an impact. So I
that's
like
a fact.
him, man.
As a fact, what they say, one man's trash, another man's treasure, man. One more for my dog Black. He said Minkah changed the Steelers rebuild a safety with 134 tackles. That's amazing. Yeah, man. So excellent tackling, excellent tackler, excellent open field tackler as well. You know what I'm saying? So especially as vital as that is in as a safety, man, you're the last line of defense. You coming in, he done already broke everybody off. So you got to be the guy to make the play, man. And he comes up big for us in those moments for sure.
Got you. Take Gliz. What's going on with you, bro?
What's going on?
In the building, man. What's up with you, dog? But yeah, man. So like I said, light news day today, man, and that's pretty much all your news. But before we jump into, you know what I'm saying, what we came here to do, man, Willie Jack, you know we gotta let them know, man. We gotta talk to them, let them know
Hey,
what to
already.
do. I don't know if they know the amigos, but they gonna meet them today. You know what I'm
Hey, they
saying?
gonna
Talk
find out
to them.
today, man. Hey, real quick, shout out to my dog Jarrell, just got in this thing, man. That's day one game, man. Got already shout him out when he come through, man. Appreciate you, big dog. And then, hey, without further ado, man, today's episode of Let the Field Speak is brought to you by the sponsorship, man. The Three Amigos. That's like, that's share, subscribe, man. That's Three Amigos, three the hard way. That's a 3-piece spicy. So y'all already know by now what to do, man. But we're gonna tell y'all every time as well, because like I said, man, practice makes perfect, and perfect makes something real good. So yeah, here we go. Step number one, man, you gotta like, share, subscribe. That's the first thing you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? So that's step number one. We can't overlook that. That is vital. Everybody be coming through, hollering at us and helping us out with that step number one, man. Hollering at the Three Amigos, like, share, subscribe. That's big. We appreciate you. Step number two. You know what I'm saying? Take yourself to the next level. Tell your friend about us, big dog. We appreciate the love, man. Like, share, subscribe, and tell your friend. A lot of y'all been doing that as well, man. We seeing these new faces. You know what I mean? So we definitely appreciate that. Step number three, you can go above and beyond, big dog. You know what I'm saying? You done like, share, subscribe. You done told your friend. Dude, go that extra mile, bro. Tell your friend to tell his friend. You feel me? Tell your friend to tell his friend. And then step number four, man, the coup de grace. You know what I'm saying? To bring it on home. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, subscribe. Tell your friend. Tell your friend to tell his friend. And then tell your friend's friend to tell his partner to come on and holler at your dogs down here. Let the film speak, man, where every Wednesday at 7 o'clock, you can come in here spitting this game. You know what I'm saying? Giving you what you want and telling you what you need. You feel me? Like, share, subscribe. Tell your friend. Tell your friend to tell his friend. And tell your friend's friend to tell his partner, man. Come on down. Holler at your dogs, man. Let the film speak. Three Amigos. Like, share, subscribe. Let's do it, man. Now back to the regularly scheduled programming.
That's my dog. That's my dog. All right, man. So let's go ahead and jump into it, Willie Jack, man. Of course, I don't know if you guys seen the title or seen what we're talking about today. What's the specific topic? But today, we're actually going to talk about the top 10 QBs. We're going to discuss top 10 QBs going into the 2022 season. Now, I have of course, I have my rankings. Willie Jack has his rankings. And if you're not familiar with how we do it, we kind of go back and forth. We start at 10, and we work our way all the way down to 1, man, until we get to who are the best QBs in the NFL going into this year, man. So, Willie Jack, I think you started it off last time, man. So I'm going to start it off this time, man. And my number 10 guy is going to be Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is my number 10 guy, man. And the reason why, because first and foremost, Dak Prescott is a solid quarterback in the NFL, a good quarterback in the NFL. Let me not just say solid, a good quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, he's a good quarterback for sure.
Yeah. He shows his potential to be a guy that could lead an offense and to be the one that an offense can kind of ride on, you know, as far as to getting their victories. But at times he shows that he's not necessarily that guy. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen it last year, and I've seen it in multiple years, year after year, where you will see the big numbers, but then he'll come back and he'll have a dud where it's like, come on, man. He'll struggle with his accuracy at times. He'll also, you know, he'll show inconsistencies, and he shows when he's out or when he is missing some of his top guys. You know what I'm saying? If he doesn't have that guy that he can rely on, he's not one of those top guys that I would say that a lot of people wanted him to be or were hoping that he can be. He's still a top 10 guy, still a solid guy, and overall a guy will put in that top 10. But I put him at that number 10 for that reason and not higher on my list. So Dak Prescott is my guy at the number 10 spot.
Okay, and you know what? So I go into 10-9, right? I always gotta make sure. My fault.
It's all good. 10-9.
And so, okay, yeah. And you know what? Honestly, this is perfect then, man, because it'll roll me right to my 10. I also had Dak at 10, man. And I won't lie, 10, 11, honestly, 10, 11, 12 were all, no, 8 through 10, 8 through 12 were all flavor of the week. You know what I'm saying? So I really think those, I always got to get that little preface right there. But 8, 9, and 10, man, all could have been any which way. 10, 11, and 12, those guys all could have been in the mix as well. But I end up going with Dak Prescott as well. And honestly, for a lot of the same reasons. Now, I think I don't want to oversell his expectations as a quarterback, because I don't want us to forget this was a third round quarterback. He came in from Mississippi State. Now he got the late DUI that summer, and so he maybe could have went a little sooner. I'm not sure if he was going to go in the first. I'm trying to think of the class he came in with, but I do remember that he went a little lower than maybe was anticipated, because he did get like a DUI arrest literally like 2 weeks before the draft. But if people don't remember what he did in college at Mississippi State was the #1 team in the country, not for a long time, but Mississippi State, you could say that Mississippi State was the #1 team in the country for at least a week or two, I want to say.
Yeah.
No, maybe no longer than 3 weeks.
Right.
And like I said, nobody knows any of the players on those teams. You know what I'm saying? And that's SEC football. So he's definitely a talented guy. I'm comfortable with who he is in the league, because like I don't expect him, and I'm just going to use a big name. I don't necessarily hold him to the standard of expectation for a guy like, let's say, an easy lob out there, Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen. Like I don't expect that level for him. And I think when he signed that money, that contract, it almost was a little bit of that Kirk Cousins effect, where now people don't think his specific play justifies the money. You know what I'm saying? So now it kind of taints or tweaks your expectations of him. And I respect that to a certain extent. Guys getting paid $50 million, you better, you know what I'm saying, you got to be one of those ones. So I get that. But I say all that to say, man, I would definitely qualify him as a good quarterback. And I would say that and he has spots where he's great. He's better than that. You know what I'm saying? So he does have spots or runs or stretches where he does play phenomenal top 5 quarterback ball. But I think on the whole, I think him being at 10 as a very dependable piece. I mean, outside of serious injury in which he broke his ankle, this is a guy who you can count on to be there down in and down out. He takes the job seriously. He took over that locker room for the day he got there. And took, you know what I'm saying, took it from a fan favorite in Tony Romo. So I do like Dak, man. I respect what he's done, you know what I'm saying, on the field and as a player in that regard. And so yeah, I agree completely, man. At 10. Number 9 for me, man.
Hold on. Let me come back. Let me come back a little bit too, because we did get a couple questions. I know I think Jarrell asked, is he a franchise guy? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he can be with the right thing around him. And somebody also said it's like he missed James. Skinny said it's like he's missing something. And I agree, you know what I'm saying? And I get what you're saying when you say that. But I think he's the type of guy, he needs the run game. I think he needs a run game, and he needs that reliable guy. If he has those right pieces around him, he can be a guy that can take his team to the promised land. But I don't know if he is that guy with the current squad that they have right now.
Man, hold on, man. Don't talk like these Cowboys are starved for weapons. Hey, my little cousin here, DeMarcos, what's going on, bro? Let's go. That's Fayette's finest, my boy. What's going on with you, bro? But no, man, the CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, they brought over James Washington, who's going to be an underrated 3. This is a guy that, honestly, I don't know why he didn't get more opportunities with the Steelers, honestly. But CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup are a pretty strong duo. I mean, like I said, they don't have the same juice as Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, but that's carried by Jamar Chase, and as spectacular as he was. But I would take CeeDee and Michael Gallup right now, even though CeeDee is, I think, on the verge of a really official breakout season this year as the true #1. But I would say that duo, off the top of my head, I'm gonna say that's a top 6 duo. I would say that's probably a top 6 duo. You know what I'm saying? Like if we've got Jamar and T. Higgins, if we've got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin coming back from injury, if we've got Justin Jefferson carrying Adam Thielen, if we've got Devontae Adams and Hunter Renfrow, you know what I'm saying? Like there's not too many duos that I would think just run away from CeeDee Lamb and Gallup. Honestly, man, I'm trying to think on the spot.
I agree with you on that. And I'm not saying that they're deprived of talent. It's not that they deprived of talent. I think it's a certain recipe for any quarterback that any quarterback needs to have. Every quarterback in the NFL, I think they need a certain recipe around them in order for them to be successful. I don't know if what they have right now is that exact recipe, which is why I said I think they need a run game. If they can balance it off and have a really consistent run game, like a run game, I'm talking about Ezekiel Elliott in his first couple years, you know what I'm saying? That type of run game with the weapons that they have now, then we talking about a different Cowboys team. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the team that people were hoping that they could be year after year when they kept letting people down. And Zeke kept falling a little bit short under his contract that he signed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's a secret recipe.
The problem with that is, Zeke is still getting starters carries, and he's second best back on that team. That's the problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Now, we need to free Tony Pollard. Let's free Tony Pollard. You know what I'm saying? Let Tony cook. You know what I'm saying? We need to let Tony Pollard cook. Let TP cook, man.
Maybe
let
that's
TP
the answer.
cook.
Maybe that is the answer. But I don't know.
It's a couple comments I want to get to, man. My dog Skinny said Dak second tier. Now, I don't think that's a knock, though, because y'all know how I feel about these tiers. It ain't no specific number. The cutoff is the cutoff. If you asking me, there's only three right now today going into this season, because this ranking is also looking forward just into this season. And that's a good thing about Black, because Black asked, it said, as far as Lamar and how we'll feel. Now, we'll get to Lamar when we get to him on the list if he shows up. But I also wanted to remind or to touch on that, because it is going into this season. And so Lamar is coming off injury. So I know it affected my outlook going into this year, where there's guys who put in a strong body of work and now they hit and now they're moving forward. But yeah, so he said second tier. I would say he's second tier, but see, in my mind, the first tier's only got 3 guys in it, and then there's like 10 guys in that second tier. You know what I'm saying? As far as I go, so I agree. I would agree with that. He said borderline third. That's too far. Borderline third, man. That gets you into guys like Baker Mayfield, Carson Wentz. You know, these type of guys, man. He's better than that. And then Cooper Jones fell in the building. What's going on, my dog? Cool. Baby sis in here. My bad. I thought it was one more, man. One more good comment. But I might have been tripping. My bad. Oh, Brandon back in the building as well. What's going on, big dog?
You good?
Oh, Gilliard said Tony Pollard is a slot hybrid. They try to use him like Deebo Samuel. No, I ain't gonna lie, man. I feel like when he's the most explosive back, man. When he gets his handoffs, like, he's explosive. I mean, now he's not a thumper or, you know what I'm saying, big body bruiser like Zeke is at this point for sure. But nah, man, he's got juice, boy. He touched the ball, he's got real juice. And I've been saying for 2 years now, boy, Zeke legs look like they made of concrete. You know what I'm saying? Zeke carrying sand in them football tights, boy, because I don't know what's going on.
Gotcha. And then also, what Kendall say, we don't care. We healthy and we coming. You know what I'm saying? I feel you. Hey, Baltimore.
As you should, bro. No, the Ravens gonna make some noise this year.
Baltimore
the Ravens gonna make some noise. I ain't gonna disrespect it at all, bro. They gonna make some noise. Hey, shout out to Hal Jordan, man. He said love the show, man. He's a big fan watching from Boston, Beantown. Hey, shout out to you, man. Appreciate the love for show, man. I hate to tell you this, man. You know what I'm saying? You just first getting in here and everything, but it's Game 6 Clay tomorrow, man. Y'all know, if y'all basketball fans, y'all know what Game 6 Clay mean, man. That means y'all go ahead and close the door. Y'all go ahead and close the door, man. Game 6 Clay don't play that. Yeah, man. But nah, appreciate the love, big dog.
Gotcha.
Al George said Mac Jones is top 15. My bad. Real quick, is Mac Jones off the top of your head top 15?
No.
I would say no as well. I think he's right under that. I think he's in them. I think 15 is his cap. He's more so in that 15 to 20.
I think he might be in that up to 20. I think I might be in that range. Yeah, but right now.
Right.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about it. We'll talk about some of the honorable mentions, people who barely missed the list a little bit later on.
No, for sure.
Stick with us, Hal, man. We're gonna talk about it, man. He say St. Louis Hilton. Hey, they do got my dog. He's from the loop, and he holding it down. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, for sure.
Hey, it is what it is. Go ahead, jump into your number 9, Willie Jack.
Oh, okay. Oh, my fault. Oh, damn, I was supposed to go to number 9. My bad. I got distracted.
You good.
And see, look, man. Now, even looking at this now, man. Now I don't even know how I feel about it. No, you know what? Hey, no, I'm gonna do it, man. Because we going into this next year. And I think that's what's important. And honestly, I'm higher on this guy than a lot of people are anyway. But I say all that to say, man, I'm going Derek Carr at number 9. I'm going Derek Carr at 9. I'm trying to tell you, like, I appreciated Derek Carr's game even like before last season. But like, my respect for Derek Carr as a player increased tenfold just last year. Just seeing the way, like, that's what quarterback is about, man. Like, you've got to be talented. You've got to sling it. You've got to have something. You've got to have something that's a difference maker. But you can have that and still not have. And I hate using this cliche word. You've got to have a certain style of intangible where, like, true leadership has value. That's what Tom Brady has. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not Aaron Rodgers, but he's twice, 2, 3, 4, whatever multiplier you want to use, the leader that Aaron Rodgers is. You know what I'm saying? And so Derek Carr, I'm not saying he's that, but I'm saying just the way he held that team together and kept that team competitive and did his thing. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't an overly star-studded team last year. Hunter Renfrow, Zay Jones, Darren Waller banged up in and out the lineup, and you know what I'm saying, and to still produce and get that team to a playoff game. And honestly, arguably, if there's not a terrible call by the referees, they may knock Cincinnati out the wild card round. You know what I'm saying? We can't forget they got an extra touchdown on a play that was blown dead. And so now you give that guy his homeboy, his best friend, second best receiver in the league, Devontae Adams. And so now looking forward, you've got Waller coming back healthy. You got Hunter Renfrow cashing new checks. He feeling real good and spicy. And now you bring over Devontae Adams. And so that arrow is only going up, man. Now, I'm not as high overall on their overall team outlook as Chop is, but as far as just quarterback play going into next year, man, I think Derek Carr's going to have a dynamite year coming up for sure. I got him at 9.
Gotcha. And then we got a couple comments.
Brian Edwards, on Atlanta now for sure. Yep.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say you got a couple comments in here, man. Black say Derek Carr is just in a crazy conference. Rest of the talent around him is finally catching up. I agree with that, man. He has been in a position where, you know what I'm saying, he's been a little deprived of talent, but now they're starting to add some more pieces over there, and now we can actually see what we can do with it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Brian Edwards on Atlanta.
That's an excellent comment, Black. Hey, that's an excellent comment, Black. Read that one more time, bro. I was reading some other comments. I caught the back end. I just read it. Hey, one more time for the people in the back.
The one I just read, the same one? The same one?
Yeah, because Skinny act like he ain't hear me well when I said Derek Carr. Black, man, let him know what's going on, man. One more time, bro. Come on.
He said Derek Carr is just in a crazy conference. The rest of the talent around him is finally catching up.
That's a fact, and there's truth to what, and there's truth to what Black is saying right there. Black, that's Kendall Gilliard. It's truth to what Black is saying is because Matt Stafford is the perfect example of that. Like, sometimes, like, you can be a player in a situation that's just adverse, or just, you know what I'm saying, and you can be kind of capped by your situation, but then you finally kind of somebody opens the door to, like you said, like the talent around him is now on par, and then look how far you can go. Now, I'm not saying that means he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback, but I'm just saying there's a lot of folks in here right now that think way more highly of Matthew Stafford than they did 2 years ago. There's a lot of people now that feel way better about Stafford this year with Cooper Kupp than they did with Calvin Johnson. And so, like I said, that really does matter and have value, man. So that's an excellent comment by my dog Black for sure.
Gotcha. All right, Willie Jack. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into my number 9 then. And my number 9 is actually, I'm going with Black's guy, man. He probably not too happy about this, but I'm going with Black. I'm going with Lamar Jackson, man. Lamar Jackson, easily the best athlete at the quarterback position in the NFL, man. Now, as far as let's go ahead and just jump right into it, man. He's a dynamic offensive weapon. You know what I'm saying? And he changes the way defenses have to play against his team. You know what I'm saying? And I don't take that for granted. And I also don't take as much away from it as Willie does. And we talk about this a lot as far as like what QBs need to do in order to win. And I think he definitely needs to be able to pass. He is not the best passer. You know what I'm saying? He's not a guy where you can say, all right, if we take away the run, he's got to pass his way into this game. He got to pass and beat us this entire game. He's not that type of guy that's going to do that. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to be the guy to sit back and from the pocket just throw you. But that's also not his game either. You know what I'm saying? Teams struggle trying to stop what he does best, and that is what he does best. I knew Black was going to keep coming back with the false narratives, and he's going to try to throw numbers at us.
Elaborate, Black. Elaborate in the comments, big dog.
I'm going to tell you, Black going to start throwing numbers at you, but everybody knows this is why we call this show Let the Film Speak. It's because it's not just about the numbers. You know what I'm saying? We know he's a former MVP. We know he threw for, 30-some, close to 40 touchdowns that particular year.
He ain't throw 40, but yeah, it combined.
He threw for 30-something. He threw about 30-something touchdowns.
No, I thought you said 40-something.
No, I said he threw for 30-something, close to 40 touchdowns in that particular year. But he is not the guy that is going to sit back there and pick you apart. You know what I'm saying? And some points in the game, your legs are out of the game. You know what I'm saying? If I'm down 7. I'm down however much, and I'm going against the clock, and I need to pass the ball. I can't run it. You know what I'm saying? Running the ball is going to take too much time off the clock. You know what I'm saying? That's the name of the game. You can't do that and you can't run the ball and get back into a game. But not to bash him, this is a top 10 list. How explosive and how dynamic he is, like, and the way he changes the game makes them so dangerous. You know what I'm saying? And with everything that they put together around this team, we're going to see more of Lamar Jackson doing what he does year in and year out. Year in and year out, you know what I'm saying? From the time this starts, from the season starts until the end of the season, he's going to be great. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to be dynamic. He's going to be that weapon. You know what I'm saying? That we all see him to be and make a lot of plays, especially using his legs. So that's the reason I got Lamar Jackson at that number 9 spot, because, you know, I look at him and I see how dangerous he is, man. You got to change some stuff up when you're going against these Ravens teams. You know, these Ravens teams, if you're going to win. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the defense they have now. And he's just nice, man. He's nice. He's one of those guys that I like. He's one of my favorites. So I got him on my number 9 spot.
No, and then real quick, and I was gonna say this as well. Black guy, he said, don't forget last year they was down. Well, I don't know if it was 3-22 though. Black, they was down 3-22, but they did have a hell of a comeback against the Colts last year. Or no, the Colts last year when Carson Wentz couldn't put the game away. That's one of the many games that I think that was the game that had me out on Carson Wentz after that. You know what I'm saying? When they let the Ravens come back, and I think they took that game to overtime, then they ended up winning that game. But here's the thing though, Black, because yes, he did make some spectacular plays to bring them back in the game. Now also don't forget, I think he had like 3 turnovers that game that dug them in that same hole. And so it's a two-sided sword there. Like, yeah, he made the plays at the end to, I guess, bring them back when the Colts couldn't put the nail in the coffin, but you don't always get that chance is the only thing. And then here's the thing as well, kind of to Chop's point, well, why'd you dig that hole anyway? You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I agree with a lot of the stuff he said. I'm a fan of Lamar as well, for sure, so I don't ever want to say that. Now, for me, he's coming back from injury, and so I had him just missing my list. Like, he was right in that mix at 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. He's the number 11 guy I have. And honestly, coming off the injury has a lot to do with that. And then also there's a little chatter with his contract still being in the air. And then, you know, was he going to show the training camp? Is he showing? Is he not showing? And then even still, until that deal gets done, man, like I'm a little nervous. I'm a little hesitant there. And so I had him just missing my list. But it goes without saying, man, this is one of the most dangerous, most explosive players the league has ever seen, bar none. And so definitely a talented and skilled player. And so I don't want to take away from him as well. But no, I do. I understand what Chop's getting at.
Gotcha. And he say 11 cools because that means we only got to drop. We only got to drop 11. I guess that's what he's saying. Anyway. But either way, man. But that's the thing too, man. We talking about the elite of the league, the top 10 guys in the league. You know what I'm saying? And that's my point. Yeah, he may have came back. You know what I'm saying? Against that. When you're talking about the elite of the elite guys, when you're playing against good teams, I'm talking about when, you know what I'm saying, things happen and you can make this happen against some other guys. I'm talking about when you playing a good team. Hey man, there's certain things you got to do. You know what I'm saying? This is the elite list. This ain't the top 20 list. This ain't that. This is the top 10 list. You know what I'm saying?
No, and that's it. Ain't no shame in being, like I say, being on the list is a chip. You know, that's a stripe anyway. And here's an interesting question. Now, this is, I guess, not taking into account the suspension that's coming whenever it finally lands. Skinny said, who plays in the Super Bowl first, Lamar or Deshaun? He didn't even say when, just who plays in one first. Because they're going to go through each other in that same division. So I think that's actually an interesting question.
I would go Lamar. But my reasons ain't got nothing to do with football. You know what? I would go Lamar, man. I would, because I'm honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they make a real push this year. A real
Not
push.
this year, Top. Not this year. Oh, you're talking about the Ravens. My fault. Go ahead. Yeah.
They added a lot of pieces, man, over there. Like a lot of pieces. Like they looking real good, dog. They looking real good over there. You know what I'm saying? That division is looking like it's gonna be it's gonna be those top two guys unless we see some Deshaun Watson. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be those top two teams, the Bengals and the Ravens, but they looking real good. I'll say that.
Okay.
But well, all right, man. Let me go ahead and jump into my number 8, man. And my number 8, man. I'm going with the home team, man. I'm going with my guy Matthew, man. Matthew Stafford is on my list. I'm going with Matthew. Matthew Stafford is a guy, man. When he's on, he could easily be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? He throws. You watch him throw the ball. You see his accuracy. You see, you know what I'm saying, him throw it under pressure and things of that nature. He looks like one of the best QBs in the NFL. But when he's off, he looks like one of the worst. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys remember. It was against the Rams, the Kyler Murray pass. The pass where you said he didn't even look like an NFL quarterback, Willie Jack. That play.
Man, in on end zone. Yeah, that was terrible.
Matthew Stafford had a couple plays like that this year. You know what I'm saying? He threw a pick six to a linebacker doing something silly like that, spinning around and just threw the ball up and gave it up. Like, he had games, you know what I'm saying, and showed times where he was there. So he had a lot of ups and downs. Of course, more ups and downs for sure, but that is the reason why he's so low. If Matthew Stafford is one of those quarterbacks, if he was more consistent on his upside, we could easily be talking about him. He's a top 5 guy. But because he's so inconsistent, man, he goes from up to down, you know what I'm saying? That's why he's at that 8 spot. You know what I'm saying? When teams find a way to put a good pass rush in his face, mix up coverages, you know, mix up the looks, he struggles, man. He struggles. But when he's on, he's on. He's a veteran. He's seen a lot. And that's one of the things that I've heard his teammates kind of talk about him. It's like, you can tell, you know, when Goff left and they brought Stafford in, man, he just seen a lot more. He's been in these positions before, and he's able to lead that team, and which is a huge reason as to why the Rams were able to pull it off, man, and bring home that Super Bowl, man. So Matthew Stafford is my number 8 guy, because when he's good, he's on. He's one of the best. But then when he does have those inconsistencies, so I got him in my number 8 spot.
No, I got you. And then Harold Jordan, he said that he thinks Stafford's too low, so I'm assuming he means that he should be higher, ranked higher on the list. But no, and that's going to lead me right into my number 8 as well, man. I end up putting Stafford here at 8 as well, and honestly, like I said, 8, 9, and 10 for me, honestly. It's the same bird with different feathers. You know what I'm saying? So I could have had any of those guys any which way. And then, like I said, I end up having Lamar at 11, just missing, coming back from the injury. But honestly, Lamar, Prescott, Carr, and Stafford, I could have mixed either of those 4 guys up any which way, honestly. I really could. But I did go with Stafford there. He's coming off the Super Bowl. He had tremendous chemistry with Cooper Kupp, and I don't see that going anywhere. And so I gave the difference to him because of the year he's coming off of as well, and then going forward. So, but a lot of the things you said, I agree with, man. This is a guy, special arm. We've all known that. And yeah, like you said, man, when he's dealing, man, he's just about as dangerous as just about anybody else in the league when he's dealing. But then, like you said, man, he'll have some stretches or some runs there to where he'll throw a few to make you scratch your head. You know what I'm saying? He'll throw a few to make you look around like,
what was that?
What was that? Yeah, exactly right. Now Black makes a good point. He says now when he's off like that, he doesn't have, you know what I'm saying, he doesn't have that ace in the hole like Lamar does with his running and his athleticism. And that really is a fair point. Excuse me, that really is a fair point, Black. And that's another reason why I said Lamar could have been 8 on this list as well. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Any of those, I had 4 guys for 3 spots. You know what I'm saying? And so I was trying to find ways to differentiate them. Out of those 4 guys, Stafford's coming off a Super Bowl, and Lamar's coming off an injured one. So that gave me my 8 and my 11. And then, like I said, that's literally how I had to break it down. Because, like I said, it was any of those guys I could have put any which way. And so I won't take too much more time on that, man. Because, like I said, I think Chop hit it on the head. That's going to take me to number 7. And this is where I've got my dog, man, my firstborn, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of him. You know what I'm saying? The boy went away to Seattle. He went away to Seattle College. You know what I'm saying? And now he done finally, you know what I'm saying? Now he got a new job, man, got a wife. He done made some babies, man. He moved to Denver. My dog, Dangerous Russell Wilson, man, coming in at number 7. This is for me. I was championing Russell Wilson man, feels like his whole career. And I'll tell y'all how, man, I've been here. When I tell y'all, man, I've been here since when I've been here from the jump, man, I didn't get on the bandwagon or something like that. I thought Russell Wilson should have been Offensive Rookie of the Year ahead of Robert Griffin III. Say what you want to, but I did. You know what I'm saying? Like that was, I remember talking to our dog Shane about it, man. Shane here, shout out to him, man. But I remember talking to him about it back then. But yeah, man. So I've been a Russell Wilson fan, man. I absolutely love his game, man. I just really do. He's consistent. Well, I was gonna say he's consistent in the fact that his teams are going to compete. I'll say that. You know what I'm saying? Because he did have a little bit of up and down this last year. He had the injury to the hand, etc. But he's had a little up and down. But like I said, one thing you can tell is that, like I said, Russell Wilson he's gonna keep his teams competitive. And I give him a lot of that credit because, like I said, those Seattle teams stayed in the fight, stayed in the mix. He's got an excellent arm. I think he throws the prettiest deep ball in the game. Like Russell Wilson throws real life moon shots that fall out the side. Like, bro, they fall and hit you. They fall in your arms like punt returns, but these are 60-yard bombs. You know what I'm saying? So, love his athleticism. He's a guy. Honestly, as athletic as he is and as athletic as we know he is, he doesn't use his legs. He doesn't use his legs as much as he can. Like, he's a guy where Seattle for a long time ran like read options, and Russell wasn't reading anything. He was given. Russell, if you gave him 10 read options, he handed off 9.5 of them. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if it was there or not. He's just a guy where that's just not how he wants to win the game or affect the game. Now, he'll pick his spots and hit you and damage you like that. But this is a guy, if he had a mind to, he'd be every bit as dangerous running the ball as Lamar Jackson. He'd be every bit as dangerous running the ball as Josh Allen. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so like he really could do so much more with his legs that he doesn't. But no, I just love Russell Wilson's game, man. You call him a square body if you want to. Hey, it's all good, bro. Hey, I take it, man. He can quarterback my team all day long, man. I got my dog Russ at 7.
Okay, and I like that, Willie Jack. I ain't mad at it. But this is the point where my list switches up a little bit. All right, and I have to remind everybody this is going into the 2022 season. Now, I use what happened in the past to kind of figure out what I'm gonna do in the future. But at the same time, this is going into the 22 season. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta throw some wrinkles in there. You gotta have some different predictions in there, and I do. So at my number 7 spot. And this is kind of where we're going to start seeing the change of the guard around here. You know what I'm saying? I got Aaron Rodgers in my 7th spot. Okay. Aaron Rodgers in my 7th spot. Now, Aaron Rodgers being at the 7th spot is more about what's around him and the offseason moves than his play. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all remember, because people got selective memory and they try to remember what they want to remember. But before they drafted Jordan Love, you know what I'm saying, there was an Aaron Rodgers we seen in that particular year. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't the 2-time MVP quarterback that we seen last year and this past year. Now he's without his best receiver, you know what I'm saying? And he's without his second best receiver who they had with Valdez-Scantling. Now they're rocking with Sammy Watkins, you know what I'm saying, who usually only plays about the first 4 or 5 games, you know what I'm saying. Then he's injured and banged up in and out. And then you got Alan Lazard, who was their third receiver. He's rocking with them. And then they drafted the guy Christian Watkins, who I wish Tom was in here. He thinks he's going to be the next Randy Moss, if you ask
Randy, he convinced that baby Randy.
All I'm saying is, I don't believe that you can. I can't go in this season relying on those guys to get the job done. Now, I do think we're gonna still see high IQ Aaron Rodgers. We're gonna see Aaron Rodgers that's not gonna throw a lot of interceptions. But I think in certain situations, it's gonna be harder for him to put the ball in the end zone. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have those guys or that guy really to that was gonna create that separation regardless, that you can get the ball to, and you can count on him to make that play 75-80% of the time when you get in that red zone. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see a little bit of his production go down. Like I said, we're still gonna see a high IQ Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? He's still gonna play well, but not a top three guy who was the MVP of the league the last 2 years. So I think we see a little bit of a falling from Aaron Rodgers on the rankings list, in terms of this upcoming year. So I got Aaron Rodgers in my number 7 spot.
For sure.
And moving
And then,
on to my number 6, I got another vet, man. It's Tom Brady, man. Tom Brady down at my number 6 spot. And it's part of the reason is kind of similar to Aaron Rodgers. Now, Tom Brady's going to get his guys back. You know what I'm saying? Now, he is without AB. I think that was a huge loss, and I think it's going to be bigger than what a lot of people think. You know what I'm saying? AB was out there making moves, and he created that separation, and nobody still could go at him this past year. You know what I'm saying? But they don't have him this year. They're also going to miss the first few games. He's going to be without one of his favorite targets, and Chris Godwin. They also, as of right now, Rob Gronkowski is not there anymore, who was also one of his favorite targets. Now, you still got Mike Evans, who is a great receiver. You know what I'm saying? I definitely think he's at towards the top of the league, you know, when you talk about, you know, top receivers. But he's going to be without a lot of weapons. So you're going to see a lot of check downs and a lot of relying on Mike Evans, you know what I'm saying, and waiting on him to get Chris Godwin back in that lineup. Meanwhile, it's going to be some other young guys that I'm going to get to a little bit later on this list that's going to be already cooking. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be already in midseason form, moving around, doing what they do. So I feel like Tom Brady is also going to fall. Now, this, like I said before, this is still amongst the elite competition. You know what I'm saying? And I think we definitely going to see a difference between the Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, and then the 8, 9, and 10 on my list. But these are guys I think that's going to fall a little bit. They were top. I feel like both of these guys were top 5 guys last year. I think they fall just outside the top 5 this year, and they open the door for some of these young guns that's rolling in here and ready to go. So I got Tom Brady at my number 6 spot.
Okay, I got you. And honestly, man, I'm not mad at that at all. And then honestly, that's gonna tie in nicely with my list, because at my number 6 spot, this is where I got Rodgers. And so, and honestly, it's more about, like you said, I think it really is more about the weapons around him, because I don't think his level of play is going to change it. Is going to change it all. Like I say, I still expect him to be a guy who's going to throw 30 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. He's going to be somewhere right in the mix around 4,000 yards. You know what I'm saying? So I still expect that's going to be the same guy, honestly. But like you said, so. But I just don't expect to see, or I just can't see it in my mind that Sammy Watkins, Robert Tonyan at tight end, and daggone Alan Lazard, you know what I'm saying, are really going to be, you know what I'm saying, are going to come in and just kind of carry that torch, carry that mantle. And then, like I say, even last year, man, when Rodgers run the MVP, it was almost like there was no real other option, you know what I'm saying? Because like Joe Burrow was probably playing the best at the end of the year for sure, but you know, when you start looking into MVP and looking into, I guess, like his team, you know, Aaron Rodgers and those guys were number 1 seed, won 13 games. He had a much better touchdown to interception ratio, etc. Joe Burrow, for as lights out as he was and how we feel about it, if we look back at it, I think he threw 15 interceptions. He was one of the league leaders in the interceptions last year. When I want to say like 37 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. And that's off the top of my head. I could be way off there. But if I remember right,
you might be on point with that, dog.
It was something like that.
34 and 14.
There we go. Okay, so 34 and 14. But anyway, I said I didn't say, but I agree with everything else you said, man. It's a new league, man. It's a new league, and like I said, man, I think this really is the year. I mean, like I said, this really is the year, man, where these young guys come in and really, you know, knocks on those other guys, those older, more established guys out those seats they're used to. And so that's why I've got Rodgers at 6 for sure. And then that's going to take me to my number 5. Number 5 here, this is where I've got Joe Beasy. You know what I mean? Joe Burrow. You understand me? Joe Burrow, man. I got Joe Burrow at 5. Hey, man, I got cool Joe at 5, man. I absolutely love Joe Burrow's game, man. Joe Burrow's got, you know what I'm saying? I mean, all the stuff that don't mean anything at all, but I appreciate his swag. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate his moxie, or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? He's got a little attitude about him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I love it. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. And he delivers. You know what I'm saying? This is a guy who, with one of the worst offensive lines in the history of the NFL, took a team to the Super Bowl. I'm talking about 8, 9, and 10 sack games consecutively in the playoffs, and it didn't matter. Didn't phase him at all. You know what I'm saying? Because he's one of the ones. That's why I be trying to tell y'all, when you got one of the ones, don't nothing else matter. You know what I'm saying? And he's one of those ones, man. And so I've got him at 5. And the reason and honestly, I should say, 4, 5, and 6, man. I've mixed those guys all the way around a lot of the way, but I'm going Burrow at 5 with the nod over Rodgers because, like I said, this is looking into the future. He's got excellent weapons there, and now those weapons are only getting better. They're only getting smarter. They're only getting more comfortable, more used to each other. And then Aaron Rodgers on the other side, he's got all new weapons. I mean, well, you know, I shouldn't say I don't want to overplay it. He lost one guy. Well, he lost one and a half guy. Valdez Scanlon wasn't nobody. And so he lost one guy, but even still, you know what I mean? Like Aaron is going to have his own adjustment as well. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I switched those two around. But now Joe Burrow, man, it's only up for Joe Burrow, man, assuming he stays healthy. Love what they did in the offseason, man, rebuilding that whole offensive line in front of him. And so I got Joe Beasley at 5, man, for myself.
Gotcha. And I'm going to stick right there with you because Joe Beasley is my number 5 too, man. Joe Burrow, my number 5, man. For a lot of the reasons that you mentioned, man. But what are another reason is because of, you know, their rebuilt offensive line, man. That was the one weakness, like true weakness on their team. You know what I'm saying? And they went and addressed it, and they went and got 3 guys, top guys who were a part of winning organizations, man, to come help out that offensive line, and not only help Joe Burrow, but help Mixon as well. But I think Joe Burrow, with his second year with these 3 receivers, well, not second year, I'm sorry, his third year, but second year. Well, it ain't really their second year with Chase because they've been playing together in college. So either way, man, they going into another year with this offense, man. A lot of weapons, a lot of guys out there, and I think that he's just going to become or get better and better and better. And honestly, you know, with this being this is his third year in the league. His first year, he didn't even get to play that full season. You know what I'm saying? So this guy's only going to get better. You know what I mean? He's only going to get better. He's going to become smarter. And I know you said it may not mean nothing, but I think it does mean something, man. The moxie, the confidence, you know what I'm saying? I think it's certain guys that makes them, I think that makes them better. It's because I know for a fact, no matter what happens to my quarterback, he's not going to get rattled. That is a plus to have in a guy.
Oh, that's a fact.
That's a fact. Any 90%, maybe 95% of the quarterbacks in the league, you get sacked 10 times a game, man. They game is thrown off. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, they down by 30 points, bro, because he gunshot. That quarterback's gunshot now. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, he's feeling the rush for it. Get there. He's throwing the ball way too early. He's throwing interceptions. Like, they fall apart.
It's a lot to be said for a guy like that. And you give me the best quarterback in the league who gets rattled, and then you got Joe Burrow. I'm taking Joe Burrow all day. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want my guy to be rattled back there. You know what I'm saying? And he also has the potential to put up, you know what I'm saying, or to play. Numbers. Yeah, those best quarterback numbers. So I think it does. It has a lot to do with him, who he is, his style of play, and how the reason he is, you know what I'm saying, a lot better and more mature at this stage right now. It's just certain guys, man. They got a killer mentality, a killer instinct, and he's one of those guys. So I like everything that you said, Willie Jack, and I'm agreeing with you, man. I got Joe Burrow my number 5 spot, man. Number 5 spot.
Hey, real quick, Duke just got in the building. Duke, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you coming through. Holler at your dogs.
Facts. And I honestly, man, I wouldn't be surprised if he moved up on this list. But let me go to my number 4, man. And this is where I got your stepson, man. Your boy, man. Your boy Russell Wilson, man. I'm gonna go Russ.
Okay.
And Russ we trust, man. And the reason why is because I'm just part of the reason is I'm getting tired of the disrespect. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he get enough respect. And then secondly, man, I just think he's put in a much better situation than he has been in Seattle.
Yeah.
Now I know we talked about the adjustments, you know, in the past, and I feel like, yeah, there is an adjustment period, you know, getting more acquainted with the offense. But I think that it's not going to matter as much for Russell Wilson because of his style of play. You know what I'm saying? He does hold the ball a little bit longer, you know what I'm saying? But just because he can. He is a little bit more athletic. You know what I'm saying? He can get out of those jams. You know, he can make things happen. And with his ability to make things happen, that's going to still allow him to be productive and be good for this offense, especially for some of those young receivers. Man, he got some weapons over there with Hamler, Judy, and what's my other your boy Cullen Sullivan. You know what I'm saying? He's got some weapons over there. He's gonna have a good run game behind him. Man, it's gonna open up things for him. This is gonna be great for Russell Wilson. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All he has to do is come back and do what he does, and I think he is going to come back and do what he does. You know what I'm saying? He's going to play safe. He's going to put up those numbers. He's going to use his mobility. He's going to be accurate. You know what I'm saying? He's going to do all those things that they brought him over there to be. And he's going to help carry this team to the playoffs and be very, very good. You know what I'm saying? So Russell Wilson, my number 4 guy, for that reason, because I legit feel like he's a top 5 guy anyway. You know what I'm saying? That just got hurt last year. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's a top 5 guy that just got hurt last year. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it takes some adjustments when you're coming back. You know what I'm saying? But he gonna be cooking. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? And he hears all the names. He hears all the doubts. He's gonna be back and ready to go, man. Come this season, man. So Russ Wilson, that's my number 4.
Hey, you ain't gonna hear no argument out of me, man. That's my dog, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I rock with Russ, with Dangerous the long way, man. So hey, no arguments for me, bro.
Yes, sir. All right, jump into your number 4 then, Willie.
All right, it's on me. Okay. So now on my number 4, man, here's where I got terrible time, man. I got Tom Terrific, terrible time, you know what I'm saying? The walking goat in the flesh, man. Tom TD Brady. Y'all ain't know his middle name was TD. Yeah. But yeah, man, I got touchdown Tommy, man, at number 4. And honestly, and it's I think, who was it in the comments just a minute ago? Skinny. Yeah, you and Skinny were talking about Tom. And just like Skinny said, bro, Brady's going Brady. He still got he still got enough weapons. You know what I'm saying? So he's got Godwin coming back. He still got Mike Evans, man. Mike Evans is one of the more, I don't want to say disrespected, but underappreciated. One of the most consistent and underappreciated receivers in this league, man. I don't know if he's had a season in the league thus far that he hasn't had 1,000 yards. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's had 1,000 every year.
You might be right.
Or maybe what he did this last season. But I know he started his career like 7 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons, etc. But no, man. So I don't mind his weapons at all. He's got a pretty. They bring back Leonard Fournette. Him and Leonard Fournette had good. Definitely had good chemistry. Leonard Fournette was a bit of a safety valve out the backfield for him. He's got, like I say, he's still got old reliable and Mike Evans. You got Chris Godwin coming back, who offers a lot of inside-out flexibility. Now Gronk is gone, but honestly, I think Gronk's time has passed, man. Gronk was trading on his name and his relationship with Brady more so than what he can bring, what he realistically brings above. It's a bigger term in baseball than in football, but wins above replacement. I wouldn't think that Gronk's wins above the next tight end they replace him with is going to be that drastic or that drastic at all. You know what I'm saying? Now, there is value to having relationship and a trust and a bond with your quarterback for sure. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase taught a lot of y'all that. And so I don't want to undervalue it that way, but still, man, play in and play out. I'm not missing Gronk. If it's me, I'm not missing Gronk that much. But like I said, but yeah, I see no reason, man, especially in a division that's still down. I still expect Tom to go out there and beat Tom, man, unless, like I said, when you get to that age and when you get at that point, when it happens fast. You know what I'm saying? It's a cliff. So I don't know if he steps out there in week 3, we see that he fell off the cliff like it happened with Peyton, or like I said, if he still got another good year of ball in him. And like I said, man, until he shows me otherwise, man, hey, that's touchdown Tommy, man. That's Tom Terrific. That's the GOAT, man. That's like I said, man, that's Tom Brady, man. And so I'm a respected, man. I got him at 4. That's going to take me into my number 3. And here's where I got, man. I got Justin Herbert, man. This is where I got Justin Herbert. And this is a guy he really does, man. He really has everything. Or he has everything. He's a guy like he's a guy that I was trying to think of a good example, but I won't get that far off in the weeds. But nah, special arm. You know what I'm saying? Him, Big Josh Allen. I'm trying to tell you, bro. They probably my two favorite arms in the league, man. Big Josh Allen and Justin Herbert, man. I can't get over that pass. I didn't cite it for y'all this pass I told you about every time. The boy, somebody jumps on his back, he's falling down, and he throws a 60-yard laser to the end zone, bro. That's just nuts. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, phenomenal talent. He's still, like I said, he is still a guy as well. He's young. He's still working through and refining, his game, his eyes, realizing when it's time to thread one in and when it's time to play for another down. So he's still working that out. But throw for throw, man, arm for arm, he's athletic as well. He's another guy. He hasn't really fully stepped into his athleticism and used his legs to really capitalize as much as he could. You know what I'm saying? So but that's still there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is a guy, man. This boy Herbert, man. I'm trying to tell you. Y'all better hope he don't put it together. Y'all better hope he don't put it together. Y'all better hope he stays right now where he is, because even right now he's a 5,000-yard, 40 touchdown quarterback. And if you catch him on the right day, he'll throw one away to you. But like I said, if he puts it together like he can, bro, hey, it's trouble for a lot of folks, man. So Pablo Kersey, what's going on with you, big dog? Hey, new name, man. I ain't recognize your name before. So, hey, appreciate you coming through and holler at your dogs, my boy. He said, hey, Herbert's a dog. He definitely one of my fave up and coming QBs. Hey, that's a fact, bro. That's a fact. And as I said, his talent level, his size, his athleticism, like, bro, bro, that's a creative player. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys like him are creative players. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of the tangible stuff you can see. He's a level at everything. You know what I'm saying? Now the stuff between the ears, he still got to work on. But yeah, if you building a quarterback, bro, he come out looking something like Justin Herbert for sure.
Facts. All right, man. I like everything you said, Willie Jack, man. I like everything you said, man. But I'm gonna move on to my number 3 guy. Pablo, what's up with you, bro? My number 3, man, I'm gonna go with Josh Allen, man. Josh Allen, my number 3 guy, man. A physical freak at the QB position. You know what I'm saying? Standing about 6'5", 6'4", 250, 240,
yeah,
like that. You know what I'm saying?
About 6'5",
a physical freak. He got if not the strongest, one of the strongest arms in the NFL. Runs the ball very well as well. Now, here's the reason why I got him in number 3. All right. He has all those tangibles. The physical stuff, he's got that down pat. You know what I'm saying? He can do that, and I think he's gonna be able to do that in his sleep. You know what I'm saying? While he's in the NFL. But the reason I got him at the number 3 spot is because I feel like his accuracy still needs a little bit of improvement. I think that's part of the reason they kind of kept his completion percentage a little bit down in comparison to some of the other guys we consider top QBs in the NFL. And I also think he is a person who needs a little bit of help in the run game. Now, we know he can run. You know what I'm saying? We know that. We've seen him run. He ran for over 800 yards this past season, Willie Jack. You probably know.
Mm-hmm.
But he ran over 800 yards.
Something like that.
But as a guy who I consider as my future, if I'm a Buffalo Bills owner, man, I don't need you running that much. You know what I'm saying? We can slow you down a little bit and allow you to do it when it's definitely needed. You know what I'm saying? But this past season,
it doesn't take away from his game. It's they fault for not giving him somebody to run the ball. But go ahead. I ain't gonna say nothing. I talk about him with time.
I didn't say that part took away from his game. I didn't say that.
All right.
Dang, Willie Jack.
I'm like, that don't sound
y'all gotta excuse my dog Willie Jack, man. When it comes to Josh Allen, my man, he be on edge, man. Anything you say.
You said you was explaining why he number 3 and used the fact that he ran for 800 yards as a drawback. Come on.
No. It was his accuracy, completion percentage, and sometimes his decision making, man. That's a part of his game. He still can show some more improvement on. Now, don't get me wrong, Willie Jack. He's still a number 3 QB on my list. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. But hey, I've seen you be wrong plenty of times. I ain't mad at you. Go ahead.
Hey, but that exactly is that's just one of the things that I noticed in his game.
I respect it. Go ahead.
He can improve a little bit more on, and if he can, you know what I'm saying, we looking at a guy that's he's gonna light up the future. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna light up the NFL, and he's gonna continue to see the things we've seen him do. Even this past year, he started off with a little bit of struggles, but you also saw last year what he can do. You know what I'm saying? And that playoff game against the Chiefs, man. First off, there wasn't a field goal in that game. There wasn't a punt in that game. You know what I'm saying? That's what he can do. He can light up defenses the same way he lit up the Patriots defense, who was, I think, a top 3 defense in the league last year. He can light up defenses, man. When he's on, he's on. You know what I'm saying? And he's definitely one of the best. You know what I'm saying, to do it. But those are just the little things I like to see him clean up, and he can definitely become that top guy. So that's the reason why I got him at my number 3 spot instead of up a little bit further. Which brings me to my number 2 guy, man. My number 2 guy. Patrick Mahomes, man. Patrick Mahomes. Now, we're going to get to my number 1 in a little minute, but you probably can guess who that is. But Patrick Mahomes. All right, now, Patrick Mahomes, he's also coming off a year where a lot of people were scratching their head. You know what I'm saying? Scratching their head like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? And he had a couple games where it's like his decision-making was off. You know what I'm saying? But he still had a hell of a year. You know what I'm saying? When you look back on it. I just got done talking about Josh Allen, you know what I'm saying, in that Chiefs game. You know what I'm saying? And him, he did come up on the short end, not because of him, but, you know, but because his defense couldn't get a stop. But the guy on the other side of that ball, you know, was pitching that thing too. You know what I'm saying? He was just as good. Now, Patrick Mahomes is also going to go into this year without his speedster, his game breaker. You know what I'm saying? But I think that in a way, this may help Patrick Mahomes a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? He's still accurate. He still has the arm strength. He still has mobility. But I think this is going to get him back to playing that QB position, being able to spread the ball around, go through his progressions, and find that open receiver. And I think Juju Smith-Schuster, for what a lot of people think, man, I think he's going to be a very, very good addition to this particular offense. You know what I'm saying? And I think Patrick Mahomes is going to be – he's going to come into this season, and we're going to be like, oh, this is a sharp, you know what I'm saying, QB. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be able to do all the things that you want to see him do, manipulate the pocket, go through those coverages, and hit his guys. You know what I'm saying? So I think Patrick Mahomes is my number 2 guy. He's going to be my number 2 guy going into this particular season. And, yeah, man, I expect the Chiefs to have a pretty big year.
No, I got you. A couple comments real quick. Pablo, he had asked about Mac Jones, but I was telling him it's a top 10 overall list. He said he was thinking that it was just like a young up and coming quarterbacks discussion. So like, nah, it's just top 10. But hey, I had to tell him. Hey, he said he was late to the show. Said, hey, don't even worry about it, boy. I keep telling y'all, hey, we just like church, boy. Hey, it's better late than never is what they say. I don't give a damn when you get in, as long as you was here. You feel me?
That's right.
So hey, we appreciate you coming through. Holler at your dogs, man. Skinny, my dog, man, he came in with some good comments. He feel like he said he feels like realistic. They gave him additional weapons this year, and so you lose Cheetah, but you do bring in Juju, who I think Juju's gonna have a big year as well. I really do. You bring in Juju, you draft a guy, you know what I'm saying, like Sky Moore, who I absolutely love, man. And I know Chop was a big fan of his as well in the draft process. But now you don't necessarily expect him to hit right away. But yeah, so you bring in Juju, you bring in Valdez-Scantling. There's one more guy. Oh, Justin Ross, man. Justin Ross has been lighting it up in training camp and etc. Chiefs fans are ecstatic about this kid, Justin Ross. He was an unsigned free agent out of Clemson. This was a guy that after his freshman year at Clemson looked like he was destined to be a number 1 receiver or a first round draft pick, and definitely shows true number 1 potential. And all indications are that he's fully healthy now for the first time in a few years, and he's out there lighting it up. And so, but yeah, no, I agree with a lot of what you said, man. And actually, I'll get into it because my number 2 guy is Patrick Mahomes, and so it ties right in. And no, I agree with a lot of the stuff that you said, and I also think that it may be addition by subtraction, because just like you said, when you have a guy like Tyreek, you've got an ace in the hole, and so you do kind of you do take those chances outside the structure of a play, and which is never a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but you do kind of sometimes you may tend to forget the good play and try too hard for the great play because you've got that one hitter quitter.
You got your guy.
It's a boxer that knows he can drop you. DeAndre Wilder didn't learn how to jab until 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't have to. Because anybody he touched with his right hand went to sleep. So, you know what I'm saying? For 37 fights, 37 KOs, the boy didn't learn how to jab until he ran into Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? So you tend to rely on a strength like that. Michael Vick being as dangerous as he was supposed to with his legs, he never fully developed the other side of his game. And that's some of the things that that we've talked about when we talk about Lamar is like not letting your elite trait take away from your development of the full side of your game. And so now, like I said, I think it may be a little addition by subtraction. Yes, you lose Tyreek, and so yeah, you lose that full-fledged one-hitter quitter, but now you're gonna learn to throw combinations. Now you're gonna slip, you know what I'm saying? Now you're gonna bob a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So you can still, I think he still can be overall a better quarterback going forward, because now he'll have to incorporate a little bit of Tom Brady's game into his game now. He'll have to he'll have to spread it around. He'll have to make guys better on the field around him, as opposed to just having two of the most dominant weapons in the game. And like they just as dominant as me. So I ain't got to do nothing but just get the ball to Kelsey. Let him work. I ain't got to do nothing but just get the ball to Tyreek. Let him outrun everybody for 70 yards. Now he's going to be in a position to actually go out and elevate the game of some of these guys. Can he make Valdez-Scantling more than a 2-catch-a-game, 40-yard touchdown Hail Mary guy, like he was at Aaron Rodgers? You know what I'm saying? He wasn't nothing but a shot guy once it got too heavy on Devontae. You know what I'm saying? So does he bring out a different side of his game? You know what I'm saying? How does he help Juju rebound and reclaim his career? You know what I'm saying? And so we're going to see and learn a lot from Patrick Mahomes this year, man. So I agree with a lot of what you said. And so I've got Mahomes at 2. But, man, that brings me, man, it's an easy number 1 for you, dog, man. Big Josh Allen, man. I've been telling y'all for 2 years now, this is Big Josh Allen's league. You know what I'm saying? So I've been telling, and y'all should know by now. I don't know why y'all be doubting me, bro. Y'all should know by now. I call it early, I call it often, and I call it right. You know what I'm saying? I've been telling y'all for 2 years now, this is Big Josh Allen league, man. And Big Josh Allen's time is now, man. And so just a lot of the things I said about Justin Herbert, I feel about Josh Allen, but Josh Allen is further ahead in that development. And honestly, I think he does more for the overall team success. Just like you said, he doesn't have an Austin Eckler that's going to be a league leader in touchdowns with him. You know what I'm saying? Now, not to say that Austin Eckler is just Jonathan Taylor or Nick Chubb or Dalvin Cook, but he's a Pro Bowler in his own right. He's a guy that stays in the paint. I want to say he was one of the league leaders in touchdowns. I want to say these last 2 years, or last year for sure. He was a double-digit touchdown guy. Like, Josh Allen doesn't have that. He doesn't have a dependable guy to hand it off to. He doesn't have a dependable guy to toss to out the backfield and see if he can make something happen. He doesn't have that. So you know what Big Josh Allen does? He say, don't even trip. I'll go get you 800 of them. 800. I'll go get you 800 of them. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? I'll probably punch it in the paint eight times or so. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to also throw for 4K and throw 30 touchdowns as well. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, now the accuracy piece is a fair point, but I think that was earlier in his career. I think last year, as far as the percentages would go, I would think it was comparable to Burrow. Like, both those guys are somewhere right around 64%. And normally, as far as accuracy goes in the league, 70. Drew Brees touched 70% a couple times. I think he's still got the completion record. No, Kirk Cousins might have broke it, but that's still more of an outlier. Realistically, the high-end quarterbacks, they stay somewhere around 66%. So 64 to 67, but more so closer to that 66, 67% completion rate. I want to say Josh Allen's probably not. Like I said, I don't know specifically, but I want to say he's.
Want me just tell you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. What is it?
Okay, so Josh Allen was around 63.3% completion percentage.
63.3. Okay, what was Burrow? What was Burrow at? I'm curious.
He was actually at 70.4.
Burrow was?
Yeah, Burrow had a pretty. I think he had the highest completion percentage of all those.
And that's what I was trying to think about, because he had the
highest. Brady was he said around 67. Herbert was at 65. Stafford 67. Derek Carr sat at 68. Dak Prescott sat at 68. Aaron Rodgers sat at 68. Matt Ryan 67. Patrick Mahomes 66. So most of the quarterbacks sat around probably 67, 66. Anywhere from 66 to 68.
Hey, y'all better quit playing for me. What I just tell y'all? Didn't I say 66 is knowing the number you want to be around if you one of them guys? Y'all better quit playing with me, man. And so, like I said, so he's right there. But this is a guy who coming into college, and that's what's so crazy about how I feel about Josh Allen now. I was one of the biggest Josh Allen haters coming into the league. He played at Wyoming. He was like 40% accuracy at Wyoming. Now some of that is he was playing with, you know what I'm saying, he was playing with Joe Schmoes, you know what I'm saying? So he was playing with guys that wouldn't have started on Trey Lance's North Dakota State team. You know what I'm saying? That North Dakota State team might have beat Josh Allen's Wyoming team. You know what I'm saying? Even though Wyoming is technically D1, the higher class. But no, man, he's definitely a guy. He's came a long way, and he's still only getting better. Now, another thing as well that maybe doesn't get as much credit or attention, he's playing outside in Buffalo. The weather and the wind in Buffalo, bro, that is a whole different animal. That's a different beast. You know what I mean? And that came into play when they were drafting, because every quarterback can't. Mac Jones couldn't be the quarterback in Buffalo. Honestly, he doesn't have the arm. He couldn't. You've got to have a gun, man. You've got to have a cannon. You got to have something that can cut through that wind. And Big Josh Allen showed y'all, boy, when he tuned up Bill Belichick enough for 50 points, you know what I'm saying, with 30 mile an hour gusts, you know what I'm saying, and you would have thought he was playing 7-on-7. So but yeah, man, like you said, y'all already know how I get down with Big Josh Allen, man. If you building a quarterback in this league, man, in my mind, Josh Allen is your prototype. He's big, he's strong, he's fast enough. I'm not even gonna talk about fast, because fast don't mean shit. Don't mean nothing if you don't use it. He is elite running the ball as a quarterback. He doesn't have the speed or the wiggle of Lamar Jackson. He's every bit as dangerous with the ball in his hand. Period. You know what I'm saying? Argue with your mama. You know what I'm saying? 850 yards tells me I'm right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to break 1,000. It's only been 3,000 yard seasons in the history. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that I don't need 1,000 yards to be the qualifier. He's every bit as elite with the ball in his hands as Lamar Jackson. He does it a different way, but he's every bit as elite, or as a threat in that aspect. And throwing the ball, he can pitch it anywhere. There's nowhere on the field that he can't touch. You know what I'm saying? There's nowhere on the field he can't touch with a football, bro. A 3-yard, if he's backed up on the 3-yard line, boy, that could be a 97-yard touchdown. He'll put 80 of them yards in the air. I'm not talking about a 3-yard slant. Somebody ran for 90. He'll put 80 of them hoes in the air. You know what I'm saying? So big Josh Allen, man, it's it for me, man. I can't wait for y'all to finally get on the train with me. You know what I'm saying? After he wins this year's Super Bowl, man, there's going to be a lot more Josh Allen fans. And I ain't going to hate on y'all, bro. I ain't going to block y'all at all. I'm going to welcome y'all onto the wagon. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to pass out T-shirts and everything. And you know what I'm saying? And y'all will thank me later, man. Big Josh Allen, man. Best in the business.
Hey, yeah, as y'all can see, my boy likes to go a little bit farther when he comes to talk to his boy Josh Allen, man. But let me go through some of these comments for you, Willie Jack, man. Let you rebuttal on some of them, man. Ike Turner in the building, man. Ike, what's going on with you, bro?
Ike, what's the word?
He back, and he's trying to hit us with some fire right away, Willie Jack. He say, well, he already said, we already discussed Burrow and his completion percentage already, but he says he thinks Burrow has the best talent around him, and he don't think it's close between Higgins, Chase, Boyd, CJ, and Mixon. He said he thinks Burrow has the best talent around him. Pablo said, "Hey, chill on this boy, Mac Jones, man." He said, "Cut him some slack."
No, respect to Mac Jones, but I mean, this wasn't the list for Mac Jones, but no. I like Mac. You know, we respect what he did for sure. But I ain't gonna lie, man. I lost a little respect though. You can't hand the ball out. You can't throw 3 passes in the game, go 1 for 3 for 8 yards, and then you get a dub. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, that kind of knocked him down a peg or two in my opinion. But yeah, no, we respect him.
Yeah. Then Ike Turner also says he'd disagree. He would take Herbert's body and arm talent over Allen.
I mean, well, as far as body, Herbert's a little leaner, I guess. Like, he's a little more, I guess, leaner. He's like 10 pounds. Like Herbert's like 230, 235. I think Allen's listed closer to 240, 245. But as far as the arms go, man, I don't know why Herbert's arm is better than Allen's, honestly. I don't see that. I mean, but that's splitting hairs. So I think that's the same animal as far as their arm goes. But I mean, I don't know, man. Like I said, it's whatever flavor you like. You know what I'm saying? Some people like strawberry, some people like chocolate. I ain't mad at it. Herbert was my number 2 guy, so I'm not gonna knock it at all. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's crazy or far fetched. But nah, man. I think from everything he's done, man, and putting it together, I think Allen's the guy, man. Herbert still got to take a step, and he's got to take a step with some of that ability and really cement himself on the big stage, and he ain't did that yet.
Gotcha. And let's go ahead and jump into it, man. I'm gonna jump into my number one, and my number one is Justin Herbert. You know what I'm saying? And it's for a lot of the reasons that you mentioned, Willie Jack, man. He puts it together. I think this was my prediction going into the year, is that he puts everything together. We've seen the talent, we've seen the skill level, we've seen the arm, we've seen the accuracy, we've seen him run a little bit, we've seen him do all of those things. But in the past, it's been situations where he's felt like he had to do too much. You know what I'm saying? He's felt like he had to always try to make the big play. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't all the way there in between the ears. But I think this year, because of the improved team and the improved defense, I don't think he'll have to do that. I also think the head coach Staley learns from his he learns from his mistakes from last year and not put them in so many situations where he is not to put them in so many situations where they're trying to go for it on 4th and 8 and 4th and 9 and, you know what I'm saying, doing all those different things. Because they're a much better team, they can just take it easier, not take it easy, because taking it easy don't get you no wins in this league. But I think they can take it easier and make things easy on Justin Herbert. You know what I'm saying? Allow him to do the basic and simple things at times as well, and develop as a full all-around quarterback and not just the highlight type of quarterback in which he was presented to be last year because of all the situations that he was put in. I think he puts it all together, man. And that's the reason why I got him as my number one QB going into the 2022 season. It's the reason why I got all these young guys, you know what I'm saying, in my top 5 list, with the exception of 1 or 2, honestly. Patrick Mahomes is still young. Russell Wilson is in there, but these young guys are taking over, man. It's their time, and I'm going for Herbert as my number one guy, man. He's gonna put it all together, and he's gonna make some plays, man. And we're gonna see how everything plays out. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be a divisional game, but a tough divisional matchup for him all year. But this is gonna be a great season, man. And I'm excited for the young guys and who the guys that's gonna have the league in their hands. You know what I'm saying, going forward. You know what I'm saying? It's time to pass the torch, and this is who we passing the torch to. We passing it to these young guys. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to it.
No, I got you. I dig it. Now let me tell you, this is why we have a debate show right now. This is why we have a debate show. Cause see, what y'all don't know is Chop been doing this shit. Chop been doing this for years, man. Chop will argue both sides of an argument and act like you don't remember what he said 2 days ago. Chop just told y'all, Chop just jumped full-fledged off the Herbert bandwagon just 2 episodes ago. The Chargers ain't even going to be a top 10 team in the league. But Herbert didn't show you what you need to see last year. He ain't got it. He ain't this. He ain't that. He ain't the guy I thought he was. I tried to save him. I was like, man, hold on, man. Slow down on Herbert, man. Come on, dog. Yeah, he's a young guy. He still got all the tools. Man, Chop was so mad at Herbert, bro, because he tried to tell me last year, oh, yeah, that Herbert was one of the ones, and I kept waiting to see it. He kept falling on his face. And now, Chop waiting 2 episodes and come back and act like I'm going to forget. But it's all good. It's all good.
Hey,
I appreciate you. I appreciate it, big dog.
You asked me tomorrow, and Aaron Rodgers might be number 1.
Hey, bro, hey, you so right. Hey, hold on. I put a good comment here I want to get to. I want to make sure I know who you're talking about, Ike, though. He said, we truly have to stop blaming singular players for wins and losses. His rookie year, he had the worst O-line Pro Football Focus ever graded. His second year, he had a defense that gave up 27 points a game. Until he starts playing defense, they can't stop that. Who are you talking about, Ike, so I can make sure I'm on the right page? Because we've mentioned a couple guys, man.
He's talking about Herbert. I think he is talking about Herbert. I think he's talking about
Was it Herbert?
Yeah.
Okay, he's talking about Herbert and the Chargers. Well, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what the grades are, but I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't know if his line was any worser than we've seen. We've seen some bad lines.
Before
they were rough. But I don't necessarily think they were rough to the extent that you saying right there, that you're saying right there, because like I mean that Dolphins line, what I guess 2 years ago, man, there's been some horrendous lines from top to bottom and shit. My Steelers line just, was still isn't great, but we had one of the bottom 2 or 3 lines in the league just like 2-3 years ago as well. So I mean there's been some bad lines in front of you, but Now this is recency bias and it's special circumstance. When you hot, when you're on fire, you're on fire. Man, I don't want to hear none of that, man. Tell Joe Burrow about that offensive line, bro. If we're gonna talk about you can't get it done, tell that to Joe Burrow, who was a play away from winning the
that's
Super
not
Bowl.
what he arguing though, Willie. I mean, Herbert was
No,
the rookie.
I'm just
Herbert was the rookie of the year.
saying.
Herbert was the rookie of the year. What he's saying, I think he was saying that more so because when I was explaining how him being pretty much been put in bad positions, and I wasn't blaming it on Herbert. What I'm saying is because the team is better around him, it's going to make things easier for him. It's going to allow him to not play quarterback like I'm always trying to make the big play. You know what I'm saying? Which causes mistakes. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I read that wrong. Okay, I got you.
You good? And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying to Ike. But I think Ike is saying Ike is pretty much explaining Herbert's been overcoming, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the positions he's been put in, you know, with the bad offensive line. That's why he brought up the bad offensive line and stuff like that. And which I'll agree because he's still been playing well himself, but
yeah, but I mean, that is a fair. I guess that's fair context to add to the discussion. But I don't think a lot of the pitfalls that Herbert, a lot of the Chargers had, were mistakes by just a young Herbert playing quarterback though. So like some of his decision making and some of those things. Now, can that be affected by poor line play? Well, yeah, absolutely, but. I don't look back, and if we're talking about his rookie year he stole that where they stole that rookie of the year from Justin Jefferson, that's a different conversation. But anyway, so the year they gifted him that rookie of the year trophy. I mean, I had to go back and look at that, man. I don't remember that line being deemed like a historically all-time worst line in the league. You know what I mean? Or worst line.
They were bad.
I mean, it was bad, man. But I'm trying to think, man. Or maybe just right now in the moment, it's not just ringing bells to me that they were like bad to the point of where, like, you know what I mean, like it was that, like, I don't know, like I can't think of it on the spot, man. Yeah. So, but no, none of this is a knock against Herbert though. But my only thing would be like all the reasons that you like Herbert should be reasons that you like Allen a little more because he's further along the process and he's done more with the same amount of talent or more talent, depending on who you're asking or whatever the case. But he's still done more. But all told, man, like I said, I won't knock it at all, man. Like, so, matter of fact, let's recap the list. Want me to go first or you want to go first?
Go ahead.
We'll recap your list.
Go through your list, Willie Jack, and then we'll talk about some guys who just missed.
The honorable mention guys for sure. And so my list went as follows, man. Number one, I'll go 10-1. So number 10, I had Dak Prescott, Dallas. I had number 9, Derek Carr. 8, Matt Stafford. 7, Russell Wilson. 6, Aaron Rodgers. 5, Joe Beasley. 4, Tom Brady. 3, Justin Herbert. 2, Patty Mahomes. And 1, Big Josh Allen, man. And should I list my honorable mentions now, or we'll just both do honorable mentions together?
Yeah, we can run it together. My
right.
my list included number 10, Dak Prescott. Number 9, Lamar Jackson. Number 8, Matthew Stafford. 7, Aaron Rodgers. 6, Tom Brady. 5, Joe Burrow. 4, Russell Wilson. 3, Josh Allen. 2, Pat Mahomes. And 1, Justin Herbert. Cuzzo, what's going on with you, Cuzzo? Better late than never, my dog. Ike says, before we jump into it, Ike says, we always talk about QBs getting over the hump, but is that fair? Trent Dilfer has won one on the biggest stage while guys like Dan Fouts is ringless.
No, and you know what? And that's a good point because I also like to apply context. And so I'm making that argument from a different perspective. So I'm not saying that just naked wins with no context just prove how good or bad you are. I'm not saying that. We're not comparing it. He's in a room of elites, and now that he's in this bubble, now we're picking these guys apart from this room. So for sure. So what I'm saying is, like, at a certain point in time, like Matt Stafford is no better right now today or yesterday than he was in all those years in Detroit.
Right.
He's not a better quarterback than he's ever been. The Matt Stafford y'all saw last year, it's the same Matt Stafford he was for 10 years in Detroit. He will light your ass on fire for like 3 weeks, and you'll be like, damn, how is he not an MVP candidate? And then he'll turn around for 3 more weeks, and you'll be like, why we trade Jared Goff? So it's not necessarily just – so I say that to say I get what you're saying, where your situation and opportunity, it does have an impact on winning and losing, or it can cap how high you can rise as far as being a champion, etc. Because kind of like we're saying, if it was purely about just pure talent at the position, then Aaron Rodgers would have more rings than anybody. Aaron Rodgers had more rings than Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? But he's a guy that's only even been to a Super Bowl one time. You know what I'm saying? So I do get what you're saying, where you can't just look at just raw, naked win stats and use that to hold against a quarterback. But at a certain point as well, you can't have one without the other. Like, yeah, you have to have the talent, you have to have the skill, you have to show up in those big moments. And at the end of the day, you got to be the guy. You got to be the guy that carries the torch and gets the team to the other side. You got to get a dub. And I say this all the time: wins only count for quarterbacks and pitchers. I fully believe wins count for quarterbacks. Winning matters as a quarterback, and that's why Tom Brady should go. You know what I'm saying? Wins matter as a quarterback, and wins matter as a catcher. You know what I'm saying? Barry Sanders, Adrian Peterson, Jim Brown, Emmitt Smith, whoever, it doesn't matter. They can be the greatest of all time you ever seen. Doesn't matter if they won a Super Bowl or not. Jerry Rice could still be considered the GOAT without Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? So
look at it like this, though. Look at it like this. Of the quarterbacks that we named, you know what I'm saying? It's very rare that you're going to see a QB that can be these all these QBs, not even Hall of Fame QBs on our top 10 list, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's very rare you can list the top 10 QBs in the NFL and one of them have a losing season equivalent to the season Deshaun Watson had last year. They went 4-12 with Deshaun Watson.
2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Yeah. You're right. My bad. 2 years ago. They went 4-12, right? That's so rare. You rarely see that. He was one of the guys you could say, for sure, that Deshaun Watson was definitely a top 10 QB that year. And he still had really good numbers. But you very rarely see a QB put up really good numbers and play very, very well and the team be that poor. The year before that, they were 10-6. The year before that, they were 11-5. That's all with Deshaun Watson. You know what I'm saying? So it's just very rare that you see a team like this. So a good QB is going to put your team in
a consistent position to win.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to put your team in a position to win because why? They're going to put up numbers. They're going to get your team in the end zone. They're going to call the right plays. They're going to make the right adjustments, call the right audibles. They're going to do all those things correct, and they're just going to make everybody around them better. That's what good QBs do. Now, at the same time, like I said, I understand what you. I'm fully agreeing with you too, Willie. I'm just bringing up a different side of that argument.
We're on the same page for sure.
So, like, the other side of that too is just like there is a difference when you get to that big stage. That's what I was talking about when we talked about Lamar Jackson earlier. I don't care what you do against the bad teams. You know what I'm saying? We can watch the regular season games and we watch QBs or different QBs run it up all year against bad teams. But when it's time to play good teams, what do? Now it's not the lower level teams anymore. This is the playoffs. This is good versus good. You know what I'm saying? Great versus great. You know what I'm saying? You got to bring your A game to the table. You got to be on point. You know what I'm saying? And the better – now, this is where you also have to have a better team, of course. But some of the better guys, the cream of the crop, rise to the top. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that matters. A lot of that matters.
No, here's a perfect example of what I just thought of a player that's a good example of kind of maybe what Ike's talking about. 80s John Elway played on terrible teams, and you know what he still did because he's one of the ones? Those teams went to 5 Super Bowls. They went to 5 total. He took those 80s Broncos teams to 3 Super Bowls with a room full of Billies and Joes. You know what I'm saying? Just those teams didn't have a chance in the world. They shouldn't have been in the same stadium with Joe Montana's Niners. The Bengals were real contenders at that time. They should have been in the same stadium with Emmitt Smith's Cowboys. And so, but he got those teams to 3 Super Bowls. And so I think I say all that to say, like, Herbert, we've seen it done. If you're one of those, this is why I say, if you one of them ones, none of that matters. It didn't matter for John Elway. He went to 3 Super Bowls. It hasn't mattered for Russell Wilson. You know what I'm saying? Now, well, I shouldn't go that far as Super Bowl success, but what I'm saying is, when you're one of those guys, then yeah, you have to find a way to keep your team competitive and to win the game. You know what I'm saying? And to win the game, you've got to win some of them. You've got to be the difference more times than not that your team loses, as opposed to the reason your team lose, or excuse me, your team wins as opposed to loses.
And go ahead. I'm sorry, my bad.
No, I was just gonna jump to another comment, but now go ahead if you got some more to say on that.
No, yeah, the last thing I was gonna say, ask the Seahawks this year when they had this season if Russell Wilson mattered towards their win total. You know what I'm saying? Ask the Colts.
The Broncos this year going forward, yeah.
Ask the Colts if it matters when Peyton Manning went over to the Broncos. You know what I'm saying? If it mattered towards their win total. You know what I'm saying? Ask these different guys who lost top guys as their QB, like truly elite guys, if it matters. Yeah, it matters towards the wins. Now, is it everything? No, it's not everything. We get that, but it matters a lot. You know what I'm saying? When you're talking about elite guys.
Go without that championship, you've got to have some type of championship credential to be considered tier 1 elite. You've got to have some type of championship credential about you, or that's got to be like in the realm of your possibility. It's just got to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just got to. You got to be able to bring it home.
All right. Well, Willie Jack, go ahead, man. Talk about some of your guys who just missed the list, man.
Yeah, so my next 3 guys were Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, and Kirk Cousins. So those were my next 3 guys. And honestly, like I said, I think Lamar could have been anywhere on this list from 8 to 10. I think Kyler Murray could have been on this list at 9, 10. I think Kirk Cousins could have been on this list at 10. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's – I think those were or at least just for me, those are the next 3 names that I had listed. And like I said, so these guys, especially Lamar Jackson, I think just missed the cut. And I think Kyler has a real argument as well. And then, like I said, Kirk Cousins just doesn't get enough respect, man. But I think, like I said, consistent production, man. He's safe with the ball. I think he just, you got to respect it. So I gave him some flowers.
Gotcha. And my 3 guys, man, I included Kyler Murray as well. I had Lamar Jackson on my list, so I had Derek Carr on my list as my number 13 guy. But my number 11, man, and the reason why he's number 11 is Deshaun Watson, man. And I understand there's a lot going on with him off the field, you know what I'm saying? But on the field, man, he's a good guy, and I think he's a great player. And I think watching, he can easily be on this list and move up this list a few spots. You know what I'm saying? You know, if he's there a full season and gets back to regular season form. So he was my number 11 spot. But yeah, those other guys, man, are all pretty good guys, man, but just didn't quite make my list. And yeah, man, those are my 11, 12, and 13. Deshaun Watson, Kyler Murray, and Derek Carr. Those are my 3.
No, those are all strong, man. And I'm kind of taking the approach like Vegas did with Watson with the Browns when we was talking about the betting totals.
They took them off.
Man, hey, until I know that boy even playing football, man, hey, it is what it is, bro. Until I know that boy even playing football, I'm just gonna leave him alone. Like I said, he you know what I'm saying, he on injury reserve, or he just somewhere sitting on the side for me right now, bro. So I gotta know he's gonna be on the field. But then even still, man, there's gonna be an adjustment period. I mean, he hasn't played ball in 2 years, man. So there's going to be an adjustment period. There's going to be some growing pains there. He's still young enough that I think I would hope that he still, when all the dust settles, that he does, you know what I'm saying, get fall back into his game. Because in my opinion, man, the cream rises to the top. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you one of them, I keep telling y'all, when you one of them ones, when you one of them guys, the noise don't matter, bro. When you one of those guys, the noise don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Joe Burrow said 10 sacks to who? Oh, me? That's cool. Now catch this. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. When you one of them ones, it don't matter, man. So
I got
Josh Allen. I ain't had a running back in 4 years. They'd have drafted 6 backs. It don't matter. Here 800. Because it don't matter. When you one of them ones, it don't matter, man. And so yeah, but
all right, well, yeah, man, I got one more thing for you before we go, man. One more thing, man. We just implemented it last week, man, and we got to keep it going this week. Willie Jack, I need you to call him out, man. Who gets the game ball of the week, man? Who gets the game ball?
Ooh, man, you know what?
We
This
got
was
a
this
little
was
bit of Skinny in here. We got Ike a little bit later. Early on
yeah,
we had Black. Black
man.
was real heavy in here, man. Who gets that
Hey,
game
Black was
ball,
hey,
man?
you know what, man? And you know what? I'm gonna give it to Black, man. I think Black came in and set the tempo for us. You know what I'm saying? He came in, he had some real good comments, man. And not all of them just about his Ravens. He's a big Ravens fan for sure. But he made a lot of good points, man. And it's one of those things where we can all argue till we blue in the face. But man, you know, he had some good nuggets, man. Like I said, I'll give it to Black, but definitely shout out to my dog Skinny, man. Always repping hard for the squad, man. Shout out to Ike, came in this thing hot and heavy. You know what I'm saying? When he touched down as well, man. Pablo still in here showing love. Hey, Pablo know what's going on. Hey, Hunter, you hear me? Hey, Hunter, just like that, bro. Hey, Hunter, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all just wait on it, man. I've been trying to let y'all know. I tried to, this don't say I didn't tell y'all when it happened. That boy Josh Allen here, boy. That's big Josh Allen. That boy here.
Gotcha.
But yeah, man.
Well, yeah, man. There you have it, man. Black get the game ball. Well, make sure we send that
Oh
out
man,
to my
oh
guy.
wait, one more man. I'm sorry, dog. Hefe El Nino just put in, man. He just touched down. He said, man, can we run the list back, man, one more again? He said he just got in, man. He just missed it. Go ahead,
All
look
right,
good. Go ahead, run it
top
down.
to bottom, man. Top to bottom. Cause I got Justin Herbert at number 1, Patrick Mahomes number 2, Josh Allen number 3, Russell Wilson at number 4, Joe Burrow at 5, Tom Brady 6, Aaron Rodgers 7, Matthew Stafford 8, Lamar Jackson 9, and Dak Prescott 10. What you got? Running back, Willie Jack.
Yeah, and then I've got Big Josh Allen 1, Patty Mahomes 2, Justin Herbert 3, Tom Brady 4, Joe Burrow 5, Aaron Rodgers 6, Russell Wilson 7, Stafford 8, Carr 9, and I had Dak Prescott at 10 as well.
Well, there you have it, man. There go the list, man. Ran them off. You know what I'm saying? Running back one more time. If you want to debate with us, man, hey, we here all week. You know what a group is.
Hey,
Check in with us.
hey, for sure, man. Yeah, hey, and matter of fact, man, I meant to. I'm glad I just thought because Black earlier while he was still in here, man, he dropped a list for us, and I meant to write it down. I was gonna read it real quick, man. He dropped us a nice little list. I think he listed like 7, 8 guys. I think it's too far back in the comments, man. It's not letting me get there. Hey, Black man, my bad, big dog. I was gonna shout you out. I know he had Lamar. I want to say somewhere around 5, 6 on his list though. But yeah, man, my bad, Black man. I thought I was gonna have a chance to get back and read and run your list too, man.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, man, there you have it, man. We in here, man. Pablo say, is this every day or what days do you guys post? So, go ahead, Willie Jack. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, dog.
If you didn't know, we try to tell y'all, bro, you can set your clock, you can set your watch by it, bro. Wednesdays at 7 o'clock, bro. Wednesdays at 7. I ain't say 7, I said 7, because it might be 7:02. You know what I'm saying? It might be 7:04. It might be 6:57. Don't matter, because that's still 7. Wednesdays at 7 o'clock, man. You right in here with your dogs, man. Let the field be. We here everywhere. Every single Wednesday at 7 o'clock, man. We ain't missed one yet, and we don't plan on missing one going forward neither, man. Yeah, you can count on. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Wednesday 7, bro. You know we in here.
Got you. Also, YouTube channel on the way, man. Stay tuned with us. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
YouTube channel coming on the way. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have it live and ready to go for y'all, man. So stay tuned with us. We appreciate all the feedback, all the people that's commenting, all the people that's in here with us, debating with us. You know what I'm saying? We love it. Talk to us. We talk bite. That's what you say.
We talk bite. Y'all know what's going on, man. Hey.
So yeah, we appreciate that, man. And hey, it's about that time. Willie Jack, close us on out, bro.
Hey, let's go. Hey, go ahead, take it on home, man. Hey, just like my dog said, man, I'm gonna just pick right up on that, man. We appreciate all the love, man. We appreciate all the engagement. We appreciate all the comments, man. Y'all already know how we get down, man. We really, truly appreciate it, man. We really do. We say it every single week because we mean it every single time, man. We love that everybody comes in here and fool with your dogs, man. Getting in these comments, mixing it up. Real quick, man, shout out to Pablo Kersey in the building, man. Hefe El Nino slid in, you know what I'm saying? Slid in on us, man, to show some love, man. We appreciate it. Shout out to Ike Turner was in this thing mixing it up, man. We appreciate the love, my dog. Shout out to my dog, Black. Kendall Gilliard was in the building. My dog, Skinny. James Ward was in the building, man. Shout out to Real Deal STL ATL Sports, always holding us down. Man, Day One Gang Jarrell stopped through earlier, man. He was in the building for sure, man. We appreciate the love. Man, the home team came through, man. My little sister was in here. I think I saw my mama in here too. Appreciate the love and the support system. Appreciate that. Hal Jordan came in this thing, man. Said he was rocking with us all the way from Beantown, Boston. Hey, we appreciate the love, my boy. Man, who else? Hey, man, y'all know, you know what? My dog Cooper Jones and Tom came through. I think they stopped through and hollered at us earlier, man. But other than that, man, hey, you know what's going on, man. If I forgot to say your name, charge it to my head, man. Don't charge it to my heart. You know we was thinking about you, big dog. We appreciate all the love and support. Hey, just like we just let y'all know, man, Wednesdays at 7 o'clock, man, we in here every day, man. In here like swimwear, man. We ain't going nowhere. Here to stay for sure. Appreciate all the love and support. My dog just told y'all, man, that YouTube channel still on the way, man. And so be looking out for that, man. We'll let y'all know when it's time to make the mix. And then other than that, man, hey, as always, we will be back. We will be back, man. Wednesdays at 7 o'clock. Set your watch by it, man. Same bat time. It's just a different bat channel. Y'all ain't heard that in a minute. I know you ain't, man. But, hey, it ain't with nowhere, man. Wednesdays at 7, we right in here, man. Busting y'all in the head with this football talk, man. Come in here. Pablo, man. Hey, he said he'll be through this joint again, man. Hey, make an appointment, brother. We got you, bro. Wednesdays at 7. Hey, your reservation's secured, my dog. You want to be, hey, you already know what you got to do now, bro. You got to bring a partner. It's all good. We going to get you in the program. But, yeah, man, like, share, subscribe, man. Tell a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend, tell your friend to tell his friend, to tell his partner, man, to come on and holler with your dogs, man, and let the film speak, man. Hey, and just like that, we out this thing, man. Peace.
Peace.